As a little girl, 3, 4 years old, I can remember going to work, if you will, in my grandfather's home office. He was a home builder, and his office was full of all these little miniatures, little tiny houses. However, the thing that I loved to play with when I was there was his letterhead. I would take a piece of stationery and dash off a memo to some imaginary person in my mind, my secretary, a client. Well, fast forward about 30 years, and I had had many jobs. Some of them important jobs with big salaries. However, that entrepreneurial spirit was still there with this burning desire to do my own thing and to write my own story. And so, like any good solopreneur, I did the best thing I could. I started a business, woefully unprepared with things like a business plan or capital or clients. You know, I grew up with this belief that I was Superwoman and I could do it all, and that I should do it all, and to do it alone. No one could do it as well as I could, so why would I let anybody else in? After well over a decade, I hit a big pinnacle in my career, and that was that the IRS finally classified me as an actual business instead of a hobby, because I filed a tax return in the black for the first time ever. And it was really a wake-up call, because I was broke, I was frustrated, and I was definitely unfulfilled. And it's interesting because it's hard to continue with passion when the Benjamins just don't come. That old Karate Kid proverb, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, that's real. And apparently I'd reached the statute of limitations on personal suffering. So a friend of mine introduced me to the Human Potential Movement. And I immersed myself in neuroscience and behavioral studies. I went to trainings, I went back to school, anything I could find that could fuel that new fire for me. And I had this deep, burning need to understand why I made the choices that I made, and why, when given the opportunity to move towards success, I tended to move toward self-sabotage. And after a lot of study, and 12 years later, I am proud to say I'm a master practitioner of neurolinguistic programming, a master practitioner, mental and emotional release therapist, and a master hypnotherapist. Really a master trainer in understanding how the conversation between our conscious mind and our unconscious mind works. Because after all, our unconscious mind is driving the bus. It makes 85% of our decisions for us every day. And I'm able to use that skill set to help other people find out what's going on for them and why they make the choices that they make. I had the chance to meet a big mentor of mine, a guy by the name of John Azaraf. And John and I were at a conference together. He was speaking, and a mutual friend introduced us. And I don't know if you've ever been starstruck, however, that was definitely a moment of starstruck for me. And John, a real affable guy, was very gracious as I continued to shake his hand for the entire duration of our conversation. And he was featured in the film Law of Attraction, The Secret. And as we were talking, John asked me if I had everything that I wanted in life. And I told him I was working on it. And he asked me, are you practicing the critical step of the Law of Goya? And I thought, that must be the secret to the secret, the Law of Goya. Let's find out what that is. So I threw away being starstruck and whipped out a notebook, and I'm like, Law of Goya, how do you spell that? Is there a tape? Is there a CD, a class I can take? And he just laughed and he said, Terry, you've really never heard of the Law of Goya, G-O-Y-A? I said, no. Get off your ass, G-O-Y-A. To do anything different and new in life, you have to be willing to put yourself out there and take some big, bold risks and make some big, bold moves. It was so impactful, I actually had it tattooed on my arm as a reminder every day. Goya, get off my butt. Go do something big and live my dreams and my passion. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. I named my company Ascent Training and Consulting because I'm a gamer at heart, and life's a game. We're here to win big, have fun, and really enjoy the ride. So for me, Ascent was all about leveling up. And an opportunity for you now is to level up and make your ascent. And so my call to action for you is do something big. Give me a call, we'll set up a strategy session, complimentary, and see what we can do to help you move to your next level.